Laser-cut 3D objects tend to use joints that are loose enough to allow for manual assembly. However, when tension is applied, the resulting models tend to break during use. Presumably, one way to prevent this is to make joints extremely tight and to assemble using a mallet. However, now models break during assembly. In this paper, we identified 10 types of assembly issues. We addressed them by generating assembly sequences that bypass error-prone states and by introducing supporting plates that redirect the mallet's impact to where it's needed. We thereby enable users to build robust, load-bearing objects. When analyzing laser-cut models that are subject to tension from the related work, we found that the majority of models do not assemble anymore if their joints are made tight. While we identified 10 individual issues overall, these issues broke down into 2 distinct groups, each of which affords its own solution. The first 5 issues result from the fact that laser-cut parts are hard to hammer. To make them more suitable for hammering, we draw inspiration from nails. If plates were more like nails, they would feature a single easy-to-hit target area located at the very top, large enough not to break on impact. Some texture would prevent the mallet from slipping. The target area would be centered over the joint, and its shape would transmit the impact of the mallet to the joint perfectly. Well, this is not the actual plate, this is our actual plate. We therefore combine both and then subtract our plate. The result is what we call trapezoidal scaffolding. For convenience, we combine the scaffolding into a single piece and connect it with the associated plate using a breakaway tab. The resulting combination of plate and scaffolding makes it easy for users to assemble the plate, and once the plate has been inserted, the scaffolding has lost its purpose, so users remove it. The trapezoidal scaffolding helps users assemble laser-cut parts with tight joints that would otherwise be difficult to assemble. It compensates for small targets, for offset targets, and for long targets. It preserves plates containing cutouts and holds plates together that contain vertical cutouts. When analyzing the other 5 assembly issues, we discovered that most of them were caused by a tiny subset of assembly configurations. The chair from our first scene, for example, is a particularly difficult case as it features 14 such assembly configurations where assembly can break down. If we zoom in, we see that all 14 configurations follow the same general pattern: a pair of plates from an angle, and then a third plate attaches with the third plate extending away from the other 2 plates, forming what we will refer to as a concave joint. This configuration is problematic because it is susceptible to even the smallest errors in assembling the first 2 plates. If the angle between the 2 plates is too oblique, or not fully inserted, the blue plate cannot be inserted anymore, and assembly subsequently fails. Note that nothing suggests that there will be a thread down the line, which increases the risk of users running into this issue. While we go over several solutions in the paper, our most general approach is to delay the insertion of either plate 1 or plate 2 until after the perpendicular plate has been inserted. We accomplish this by searching the space of possible assembly orders, identifying concave joint configurations, and rerouting assemblies so as to delay the insertion of one of the 2 initial plates. We call this algorithm constrain before insertion, and we implemented it as a combination of a randomized branch and bound and Dijkstra's algorithm. In our user study, non-expert participants assembled models processed using our algorithm 2 times faster and with better resulting quality.